Hello everyone, I'm back. Here we have the Christmas from the Heart Domestic Arts Christmas Journal, and this one is spoken for. This one is going to Cheryl. I tore a strip of this vintage fabric with poinsettias and pine cones on it and just used that as the tie. I didn't say how big these books are. The spines are 3 inches. They're about 8 by 11, both of them. The other one is just slightly larger than this one. Now, I had said that I was going to put this little collage with this vintage piece of fabric and a stuffed yo-yo and this little button on here, but I opted instead to just put this label on and this vintage fringe, trim fringe. That was a combination word there. Cheryl, if you really want this, let me know and I will put it on. And it's edged with this pretty eyelet on both sides. On the back, this picture was already here on the back and I just covered the writing with that picture. And there's this pretty fabric with buttons on it. There is a lot of room in here. I didn't stuff these super full because I figured you'd be excuse me, gluing things in and really fattening it up when you add your own things. So I could have done a 2.5 inch spine, but I did a 3 inch so you'd have lots of room to add. Here's another book plate from a Reader's Digest, the calendar printable that was sent to me by Renee. This adorable Christmas card, and this is another one that will stand if you want to use it as a decoration, and it has the envelope with it. I think they're so cute. So I'll just go through this one without talking too much because it's very similar to the one we just looked at. Vintage pom-pom here. This is from a songbook. Love this. It's got this really pretty green sheer ribbon up there. Wallpaper border. This is from the Snowman book. This tab has a vintage jingle bell on it. Here's one of the little postcard decorative cards that was sent to me. Again, I glued vellum where this paper was cracking. This opens up like the other one did, and it's got a paper clip shaped like an envelope on it. There's the vintage bells. This one has a giant vintage button on it. This has Christmas songbook. Well, it's not even, yeah, it says it's Christmas carols. This was sent as a Christmas card. I'm trying to see a date on it, but I don't. It's got the Christmas story in it, some pictures, and it just has some lyrics of some Christmas songs there. That's really cute. And this vintage postcard. There's a pretty envelope with a gold foiled dove there. A fabric pocket on the envelope. This page is from a really pretty vintage book, Bells Across the Snow. This gold foiled writing on it. Border is so pretty. This bulb pin has sequins on it. There's a little yo-yo up here. Some vintage labels, postal labels. There's a bead dangle that I made. This is the vintage stencil. Here's the Christmas, or the calendar, the December picture, and the September page, calendar page. This is a vintage handkerchief piece up here. There's a cluster with a piece of vintage trim. These patchwork pockets, there are seams here, so when you put your card in, it will catch on the seam. You just have to make sure you work it in there. The cake looks yummy. The cake does. I don't think I like the filling. There's all kinds of junk in there. I like plain things. This one has a bell, a vintage bell. There's an envelope here with a fabric cluster on the flap. This is wrapping paper, and inside here is a playing card with some journaling space on the back. This is a cutout. These are both cutouts from authentique paper. And this was in a box of stuff I got at a flea market where a woman had made, I'm assuming it was a woman, used Christmas cards to make gift tags. So there was a box full of homemade gift tags. So she was repurposing her things, and I thought that was great to put in a junk journal. This pocket is made from a vintage tablecloth. I love the designs on it. This is from a craft book. It's glued to notebook paper. This is a sheet of paper from the U.S. Post Office. I got this at a Goodwill. It was a set of stationery. There's the letter to Santa and a recipe card. There is a bit of vintage rickrack stitched along the top here to give it stability. A printable card I used as a pocket, and 2 large printable cards inside. That's a vintage gift tag. Buttons on this tab. There's a piece of really soft flannel here and a piece of the gold ribbon. This is the cover from the Christmas record book. Okay. It's sturdy enough that you could paint or whatever you want to do there. I'm not going to unclip this, but it's a fabric cluster that I used as a tuck spot, and it's got a card, playing card, a little Christmas jar in there, printable, and this little card with the postcard on it. And I put a paper clip there because they want to slide out of there. A vintage library pocket with vintage wrapping paper on it. There's a little Christmas tree there, button. This is wallpaper, by the way. This is the embossed piece with a piece of lace and a die cut. A little vintage Christmas card, and this index card. It had some holes punched in it, so I just added some fiber. The printable folder. This pocket here has this card for journaling, some vintage transfer, embroidery transfer, and this adorable little card with a girl under the mistletoe. The photo sleeve there. There's some more embroidery transfer in here. This is vellum. This doily is just paper clipped on there. You can take it off and use it wherever you'd like in the book. There's a piece of tapestry, and it's got a bead dangle on it. Peatsack fabric here. This is a piece that I think I got it in a box of crafty stuff at one of the flea market or yard sale. And it's a cross-stitch piece. Nothing was ever done with it. It was just this piece. So I sewed it on as a pocket and added this lace tag and the Tsunami Rose printable. This is scrapbook paper, and that flips out. You could glue some pictures on that side. So there's that book. So I will get this listed. I'm trying to remember who got what. This one is for Cheryl. Okay, so I'm going to get these books listed in my shop and get these videos uploaded, and I'll be back again someday soon. Bye-bye.